Nityananda Vihari, he likes to be in this kunjas, little kunjas that are formed naturally by the trees in Vrindavan. They have like a nice shade and they have their pastimes over there. And Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. He is the beloved or lover of all the Gopi Jana, everybody in Vrindavan. And he is the lifter of world and hell, Girivaradhari. Yashoda Nandana, no explanation needed. And Braja Jana Ranjana. Ranjana means one who delights the heart of everybody. So one who delights the heart of everyone in Vrindavan, that is Krishna. And we also belong to Vrindavan originally, so he alone can delight our heart as well. So Brajajana Ranjana, Yamuna Tira Mahachari. So he performed a lot of pastimes in the Yamuna Tira, in the banks of Yamuna. There are so many wonderful pastimes that has happened. So that was the essence of what we sang. And I think a few of us, many of us know the invocation prayers that we chant. I have some slides for that, for everybody who already knew, but we will chant. Whoever doesn't know, forgive me for the technical challenges that are going on here. We'll only offer the first Guru Pranam and then Prabhupada Pranam. Okay. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnanam-sarvasharapena Chakshurvamilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Vishnu Bhutale Srimad Bhakti-vedanta Swamiti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurani Pachayani Nirvishesha Shunyavani Ashokare Satavani Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shivakari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Okay, I would like two volunteers. There is Srimad Bhagavatam in the box. Can you pass it to like 4 or 5 or 7 people around here? We're just going to do a small exercise before we start discussion. We need the book, no mobile devices. We need the physical book, it has magic. So don't open anything, just close the books. Please do not open anything. We are not reading from it as of now, okay? If anyone else wants to participate in this exercise, have their own copy. This cannot be shared with the neighbor. No. Okay. So once you have your copies, there, I think. So, alright, so I think I need to move, right? Because when that moves, this doesn't work. So maybe when I move, I think I will still be functioning. Okay, fine. So let that take its time and we'll take our time in Bhagavatam now. So, all of you, please close your eyes. No prayers, just close your eyes. Simple commands, okay. Think of a situation which you have been in that has been most difficult for you or that is difficult for you right now. It can be varying degrees, mild, moderate, severe. Something challenging that's happening in your life. Bring it in your memory. feel the heaviness, whatever degree it is. Now take a deep breath and just open your Bhagavatam randomly to any page. Whatever is in your hands, open with closed eyes, open the Bhagavatam and then look at the first sentence that you look at. Whatever is coming at you. Yeah? So please read like 3-4 sentences to yourself from wherever your eyes, the first sight fell on. Read 3-4 sentences to yourself. It is working. Okay, so now close your eyes again and try to see what the passage was telling to you. What is it that Bhagavatam is telling to you at this point from those passages that you read? Okay, so this is very short exercise that we are doing. This needs to be continued. But then I wanted to ask if anybody has some striking points coming at you when you are thinking of something in your own life that's happening. What was Bhagavatam's answer? Even if you did not understand it, maybe you can just express what was the stress. You don't have to go into details if it's confidential. And what was the answer? Bhakti Priya Mataji wants to say something. Maybe just be loud, Mataji.
So my struggle was bringing kids to Krishna consciousness.
Her struggle was inviting children to Krishna consciousness or inviting children to the bhakti process.
And the answer I found was coverings take place due to ignorance. Such coverings are never effective in the person of the personality of Godhead. Knowing this convincingly is called liberation or seeing the absolute. So this means that perfect self-realization is made possible by adoption of godly or spiritual life.
Okay. So the passage in essence is saying that the coverings of the spirit soul that we are having here, that doesn't exist in Supreme Person. Did I hear that right? And then these coverings are because of ignorance, and it is in varying degrees or something like that.
It is made possible by adoption of godly.
So these coverings can be removed, or this can be like we can come out of ignorance by connecting with Supreme Lord. The point is that Krishna answers through Bhagavatam. She was considering, how can I do with my children? What should I do to help them take up? Here, Krishna is saying everybody has coverings of ignorance. The only thing that we need to do is you yourself connect, and then in any possible way connect them to Krishna. We cannot drag anybody, but Krishna can. Some answer, it may not create a profound effect for many of us who is not dealing with the situation, but for the person who is dealing with that, it's an answer. Anybody from this side wants to share? Any thoughts, anything that you got? No force. Or anyone at all? Matajis and Prabhus?
I was thinking about my sadhana is not going well. So I opened it and I read this one who has forsaken his material occupations to engage in the devotional service of the Lord may sometimes fall down, but in an immature stage. Yet there is no danger of his being unsuccessful. On the other hand, a non-devotee, though fully engaged in occupational duties, does not gain anything.
So, for those of us who have joined us, for the first time here, this the whole point is Mataji is having a feeling that I'm not able to chant properly. I'm not able to read out here well, my sadhana is going down. And then the answer Bhagavatam is giving us that don't feel discouraged. Sometimes these things fall down and happen, but you're not lost. So this is the power of Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam can speak to us if we want to approach Bhagavatam. Next slide. So this is Winston Churchill. Look at this quote. If you cannot read all the books, fondle them, peer into them. Let them fall open where they will. Read from the first sentence that arrests the eye. Let them be your friends. Let them at any rate be your acquaintances. So, Churchill is, and I remember a poem that I had in my whatever, I don't remember which grade I was in. I was looking for the poem, I didn't get it, but this was even performed. So he wrote something like, the books are your best friends. There was a little poem about it. So I couldn't find it, but this really makes sense, how Srimad Bhagavatam can relate with us. We have the power to access, and Bhagavatam has the power to give us. So, it's already answered. Which book is capable to be our friend at all circumstances, right? So for this, let's just recite this prayer by Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami has written many prayers for glorifying or for really praying to Srimad Bhagavatam, because Bhagavatam is a person. You have a relationship with Bhagavatam. It's not just a book just because it's white paper black ink. We sometimes get into the monotony of thinking that white paper black ink is just a book. But Bhagavatam is not a book, and we will see why. So let's recite this together. Just regular meter. Madhukadambo matsangin madguru manmahadana manishtarana madhagya madandana namostute. So here the picture, the painting that you see is Srila Sanatana Goswami, and he was not a lonely person, okay, believe me. The reason he was not a lonely person, those of us who have heard about Sanatana Goswami, he was living in Vrindavan. And unlike other Babajis or Goswamis who are really just in the cave practicing their bhajan, Sanatana Goswami was interacting with every single person in Vrindavan. He would know if this family is having a marriage in their home, and that family has some sickness or illness is going on, or if this person is depressed. He would know every single thing that's happening in Vrindavan. And Vrindavan Vasis consider him the most dear, Sanatana Baba. He is the most dear person for them, because if one shows affection to you, naturally we show affection back, right? So Sanatana Goswami would relate with everybody in Vrindavan, and Vrindavan Vasis also would relate with Sanatana Goswami in the same way. So he was not divided, or he was not a lonely person that he thought, oh my God, I don't have anybody, I just have to catch hold of this book. That's not the mood where he's coming from. He is coming from a place that even everything is there. Right? All relationships are there. He has so many friends, he has other Goswamis to discuss and share his own things, and he has Radha is standing right there, Krishna is right there. So everybody is there for him, and he connects with Bhagavatam in such a dear way that he considers that, oh Srimad Bhagavatam, oh my friend, my companion, my teacher, my great God, oh my deliverer, my good fortune, my bliss, I offer respectful obeisances to you. That's what he says. So that's the power of Srimad Bhagavatam. And let us see how Srimad Bhagavatam is all this. For him, he had that realization, right? For us, why should we consider Srimad Bhagavatam as our dear friend or our dear shelter and all this refuge? Why should we process it like that? So here, Madeka Bandho Matsange. What would a good friend be like to you? If I throw that question to you, who would you consider as a good friend in a person?
always be there for us.
Always be there for us.
Gives good advice.
Gives good advice.
Chastise when necessary.
Chastise when necessary. And what do you do with your friend? You share? Yes.
Share and hear.
Share and hear. So there's dialogue. There's always an exchange going on, right? So let's see here how, it's not just when we are distressed we need friends. When we are extremely happy we need friends, right? If we don't have, the Arjuna says in Bhagavad Gita, what use is this kingdom? I'm not going to have anybody to enjoy with, right? So like that we need companionship and we need friendship when we are happy, distressed, neutral, bland, blunt, all types. So because friendship is something very important for us. So here, Srimad Bhagavatam has everything that a good book must have, right? If you take fiction stories, they'll have adventure and they'll have some thrill and horror and those kind of things, right? If you have a family novel or something, that'll be just like affection and exchange and maybe some misunderstanding. This whole, I don't read too many books other than some of these books now, but we can imagine from our movies and all that, right? If it's a family movie, something. If it's a horror movie, something. And if it is like a like detective movie, it's like thrilling and adventure. But here in Srimad Bhagavatam, everything is there. We think that this is Purana, it doesn't apply to me, it doesn't have anything, it's blank philosophy. That's not true. The truth is, it has adventure, intrigue, struggle, romance. Can you imagine? Oh my God, romance. I mean, who would expect romance in a spiritual book? That's also given. It's purity to the level of, even the romantic exchanges that are there in Bhagavatam, they have purity to the highest, so that we also get benefited even by reading that romance that is there in that. And drama, valor, how, like all these kings fight with each other, Mahabharata, all these things are valor, chivalry, and mystery. There are so many pastimes, like some of these, like, I don't know, not many of us are familiar with all the pastimes, but there is a Shamantaka jewel pastime. This jewel is stolen by somebody and then blame is on somebody, and this person who's blamed actually is just like waiting around watching what's going to happen. All these things are there. We think that Bhagavatam has just like Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, nothing else. Bhagavatam has much more than we can actually imagine if we want to approach. And it has all knowledge. It has knowledge about the universe, knowledge about ourselves, knowledge about this whole, oh my God, this is amazing for me. I'm from a medical background, and when I came through the third canto, there is embryology. Embryology means how the baby grows in the womb. That is actually explained. Cosmology is there. So many things are there. All kinds of knowledge is there. Dhanusha, everything is there in Bhagavatam. And humor. There's so much humor. When Krishna and the cowherd boys, when they play with each other, one jumps on the other, and then they tease Krishna, and this whole exchange is happening. If you want to really get into it, it's a lot of humor. We are somehow distancing ourselves, thinking that it's history. It is not history alone. And beauty and enlightenment. Everything is there. So as a friend, we share everything to another person, right? A confidential friend is always there with us. Similarly, Bhagavatam is always there for us. Like, you can connect with Bhagavatam at every level and share and hear from Bhagavatam. Like how this Mataji actually beautifully just opened the book and then they found their answer. It is just first volume, first part. It's just 8 chapters of Bhagavatam that's in your hand. What about 12 cantos? What all jewels you will find, right? This is amazing. And Mat Guru. Guru means teacher. We know all that, we do that. So, but this Guru also means very heavy. Okay, imagine, a person comes, you're doing something, I don't know, maybe, let's put it on the other side. I'm doing something really abominable, okay? I'm doing something that's like maybe beating up somebody or insulting somebody or something. If one of you come and chastise me, am I going to take it in that spirit? When I'm really aggravated, you come and tell me, what nonsense you're doing, stop it. Am I going to take it? I'm going to blame it on the other person. But imagine, you hear the words or you just read by yourself something, how to conduct ourselves, how Shamik Rishi conducted himself when Maharaj Parikshit threw a snake on top of him. We learn from that indirectly. So Bhagavatam has the most gentlest way of teaching to us. So Mat Guru is like, Bhagavatam is the best teacher. And also a distinct function of teacher is make philosophy simple to understand, right? So if it is too complex and the student is not able to grasp, who is at fault? The student or the teacher? Teacher is at fault because they haven't simplified it. Teacher is teaching at that level, So now, it's not to undermine anything, but Bhagavad Gita gives principles and philosophy. Bhagavatam is like a teacher who will break down that philosophy and give it the story form. Or just like in an exchange, in a dialogue format, it's like a drama that goes on. We take points much easier. That's why, we kind of tend to have visuals in front of us. When something like a novel or a drama shows moral values, we absorb it easily. Then somebody comes and tells me, humble. What do you mean? So it's not really like working, right? That way. So one of such stories is like, we all know that we are Atma, right? We are spirit souls. We are not just body, we are not just mind, we are not just Indian, we are not just women or something like that, right? So we all are spirit souls. That's what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. Dehinosmin yata dehe. All these, all the living entities, they are dehi, meaning you are living in this body. And you are moving from boyhood to youth to old age and then leave the body, right? Here, the same philosophy is explained in this pastime where one of the kings actually loses his son, or there's a big, like horror behind it. These are these wailing queens that we see on the right hand corner of the slide. They are all the cruel queens, even though they look so, innocent, as if they are the cruel queens. The one with the crown, she's the only one who is innocent. It's her boy, and this king and the queen spend more time with this young child. And king naturally because the child is there, the queen gets also attention. He doesn't intend it, but it happens. And these other queens become envious. How dare, And they don't go and harm the queen, they go kill the baby. They go kill the baby, they just kill the newborn baby. And then the baby dies. And this king is like, oh my God, how many wives are married? And how many times I have tried, to beget children. Nothing more than one last child happened and then that's gone. Somebody killed that little child. So he was so much in grief. And Narada Muni walks in. And Narada Muni walks in and then this child wakes up from dead. We can believe it. We may not choose to believe it, but we can believe it. Jesus Christ came back in resurrection. Believe it, okay? So he woke up as if he woke up from sleep and said, who's my father? Are you my father? You are my father? Oh, you are my father in this lifetime. I am not bound to you guys. Come on, I am a spirit soul. I am connected to my eternal father. He spoke the simple philosophy. As soon as the boy spoke, the king got it. The king did not get it when the sages visited him like a few months back or a few years back. But when now this happened, the king got it, and when we read it, we also get it. Right? So that's the point. As a teacher, Bhagavatam translates the profound philosophy into simple, language. And the next thing is Man Mahadana, right? Mahadana, Dana means what? Wealth. What is the most valuable wealth that one can have? Think about it. What do you think is the most valuable thing that you want to pass on to your children, or you want to have?
Vidya, knowledge.
Pardon?
Vidya.
Vidya, knowledge. Okay. You have something?
Knowledge.
Knowledge. You are going to say knowledge. Okay. Anyone else? Bhakti. Okay. Devotion. Imagine you are not devotees, but you can be devotees. I'm just saying. Yes.
Character.
Okay. Character or the integrity, right? Can you click Mataji? So it's not gone. Yeah. So if you lose your wealth, you have lost nothing. If you lose your health, you have lost something. But if you lose your character, you have lost everything. And this was told by, these are not like people who have practiced, but they realized something, some level of, understanding. There is Woodrow Wilson. He was, I think, I don't know the history, but 28th or 29th President of the United States, something like that. I think when we had children, we could have asked them. But so he says this, and how Bhagavatam actually gives the highest wealth, Mahadhana of character, is also by the past tense. The character of, Gajendra, he's being bitten, or he's being like in the clutches of this wild crocodile over there, and he reaches out to Krishna and he gets saved. The character of that person is that he knows who the Supreme Person is. He throws himself at their lotus feet. And Ajamal, see the character, he was really super sinful. Many of us don't know, but he practiced some regulative principles initially when he was a child. When he got into youth, he was into La La Land. He just got lost. But at the end, even though he practiced it only for a few years, at the end, what happens is he calls, when he was about to die, he sees all these fearsome, cruel-looking people, and he calls out, Narayana, Narayana. He's not even calling God, okay? He's calling his son named Narayana. Then, with his calling out, Vishnu Dutas come and save him. This happens, and I've heard people speaking about it, how when they pass away, they have terrible fears. And when a devotee goes there and chants, the terrible fear calms down. I have seen it with my own relatives, and I've heard it from others. How passing away is not an easy thing. And we may think that even in a comatose patient, in a coma, right? They are not living peacefully. For us, they look like they're living peacefully. Inside, there's so much struggle going on. But when Bhagavatam is there, when holy name is there, when a devotee is right there, chanting and reading, the fear dissipates. The character of Ajamil was that after all this, he just didn't let it go and that, okay, I'm saved, I can go back to my routine. No, he took it up seriously and he started chanting and he started, associating with devotees, and then that was a character that was built by just one incident. Right? So, like this, there are so many Vedic role models. We have Prahlad Maharaj. They are super duper people. And so Prahlad Maharaj, all of us know Rashikadev Prahlad, right? And Dhruva, we learned so much from Dhruva, how to be determined, how to stay fixed in what we want to do, right? And then the most favorite for all the children, and of course for us, Hanuman. How many obstacles? And he's not even in a body of human in one sense, right? But he kept up. So we learned so much. So therefore, Bhagavatam gives Mahadhana, the greatest wealth. And then Nishtaraka, Man Nishtaraka. Nishtaraka means shelter or refuge. One you can rely on, right? And how can a book give you shelter? How can a book give us shelter? Is it possible? If we take Harry Potter and read, we feel sheltered. We feel thrilled and we have time pass. We are not undermining, but there are so many things that it'll move with the time and then there'll be a new book. Which is one thing that will be consistently giving us shelter is Bhagavatam. Why? Because this is beyond our imagination, what we are dealing with. Whoever is holding the Srimad Bhagavatam in your hands, you are holding Krishna. Please don't put him down. If you put him down, he wouldn't mind. He would stand in front of you, so it's okay. But so Srimad Bhagavatam, it's Krishna himself. Okay, so Bhagavatam has 12 cantos, or 12 skandhas in different language. I don't know, cantos. That's just 12 books. Okay, 12 divisions we would say. And these 12, first and second are Krishna's, compared to Krishna's lotus feet. So if you are holding the first and second canto, what are you holding? You are holding Krishna's lotus feet. It is, we are forgetting this ultimate truth, but it's true, we are holding Krishna's lotus feet. And as you see, third and fourth cantos are his thighs, and fifth canto is his navel. This navel is super important, because from there all the creation starts. Brahma sprouts from the navel, and from there everything starts, okay? The whole creation. So we are holding the whole Andantara, everything we are holding. We are simplifying it too much, but we are holding the whole existence in our hands. And sixth canto is his chest, where in chest, if you think of Narayana form, in the chest of Lord Narayana, who is there? Lakshmi Devi is right there. We are holding Mahadana. We are holding Lakshmi Devi. We are holding Krishna. And seventh and eighth, his powerful arms. Who can really defeat anybody else, right? Krishna is the only strongest person. So, and then ninth canto is his throat. Krishna's throat is compared to a conch shell. The three lines are beautiful, like tender. When we get to Kartik month, we will sing Damodarashtaka, where all these body parts are so beautifully described, and we'll feel like we are holding the child Krishna, right? And 10th canto is his blooming lotus face, 11th is his forehead, 12th is his head. And not just Bhagavatam is saying all this. This is from Padma Purana. I bow down to that Lord, the ocean of mercy, whose color is like that of a tamal tree. Tamal tree is dark blue in color. None of us have seen it. Probably most of us haven't seen it yet. But when we go to Vrindavan, there are one or two trees over there, I heard. So, tamal tree. And who appears in this world for the welfare of all? We know what is that words? Paritranaya sadhunam, right? Vinashaya Chadushritam. Krishna appears for Paritranaya, protecting the welfare of everybody. I worship him as a bridge for crossing the unfathomable ocean of material existence. Srimad Bhagavatam has appeared as this very self. This is not my word, this is not even by Bhagavatam's own word, this is from Padma Purana, totally different Purana. Okay, and we have so many references, but because of time I didn't put everything in there. And when we see here, it's like a deity of Lord Krishna. Who are all here on Janmashtami day, or the 3 days for Janmashtami? If you haven't been there in this temple, there are Lordships Radha Shyamasundar. When you see there the picture, they do come out once a year to give us their darshan during Janmashtami time. So many of us try to serve Radha Shyamasundar in many ways, right? And deity of Lord Krishna, we don't have to generalize it. He is our Ishtadev. Same way Bhagavatam is our Ishtadev. Whoever is your Lordship, who you are worshipping at your heart, Bhagavatam is none other than your Ishtadev. You are worshipping Lord Chaitanya. He is Lord Chaitanya. Bhagavatam is Lord Chaitanya. If you are worshipping Lord Ramachandra, Lord Krishna, Krishna is really like the beautiful person in the whole world, and Bhagavatam has just the same personality Krishna. Just by taking care of Krishna or serving, we don't have to take care of Krishna, right? Krishna is ultimately self-sufficient. But he still allows us to take care of some of the services, some of the duties that we can do, cooking and cleaning and all that, right? So when we take care of Krishna, he reciprocates. It's a relationship, right? Similarly, just by taking care of Bhagavatam, even by dusting the books, this is not an understatement. Please don't take it that we are exaggerating it. This is a totally valid, and we have several pastimes and then several incidents that have happened with Srila Prabhupada. contact with Srila Prabhupada. One of the persons who was living so far away, this lady had a book that was given by Prabhupada in a flight travel. Okay, and then this lady lives in some Timbuktu, some random place that I don't know. And then and after several years, after Prabhupada left, after 30-40 years, somebody knocks the door of this woman, and then they open the door, and then she says, "Oh my God, where have you guys been? Come on in." And then this whole sharing is like the book that she got, one book, she kept ordering and ordering and ordering, and she had a whole array of Srila Prabhupada books. She started practicing it. So this is not an understatement, that just by having the books at home and even glancing the books. There's another incident. There was a man who was like, I shouldn't be labeling the person, but who was a heavy drinker, alcoholic. Okay, he somehow got into that habit, and he was severely, drinking. And somebody gave him an ISKCON book. If you know an ISKCON book, somebody has it right there. Wow. So So if we see this ISKCON book, there is Lord Vishnu, there is Anantadev. I mean, it's very small, but Anantadev is the serpent servitor, right? Lord Balaram. And Anantadev's hoods had crowns. Okay, these jewels and crowns. And this old man one day became really, really sick, and he was actually almost like going to die. And he, out of his alcoholic, whatever happened with him, toxicity, he just fainted. He's almost losing consciousness. Eyes are rolling to one side, and then he sees these wild-looking, weird-looking, cruel people coming. Who are they? Yamadutas. They are coming to get him. Okay, and then he was just like going like this, because when you're in anxiety and you don't have anybody around you, you're looking either and thither everywhere, right? He was looking, and then his glance fell on this Anantadev right in front of him. The jewel on the book, okay, the Anantadev in the book, the jewel started shining for him. And as soon as he saw that, his glance got fixed on Anantadev, and this whole cruel-looking people went away. And this old man then woke up. He didn't pass away, he didn't die, he was given a second chance. He looked, where are the centers in this? Who wrote this book? What is happening? And then he went to the temple nearby, and he became a full-time devotee. This is not an Indian. If you think that we Indians are the only people who value this. This is somewhere from Europe or something like Russia or somewhere, I don't know exactly where. Do you remember who it is? No. So this person became a full-time devotee. He came out of his drinking habit, he came out of his all kinds of, like negativities, and he became a devotee of Krishna. This is not something that is made up. This happened just like 20 years ago. It's very recent. So we have to be really happy and grateful that Krishna has come in the form of books, right? And one gets enormous spiritual benefit. Like, he didn't even dust the book. He just put it on the shelf. And he just happened to glance it. That's it, right? And he got so much benefit that his life changed. How much inspiration he would have given to others because he received it, right? We have to become recipients of Bhagavatam. So this is our beautiful Shyamasundar in close-up. Okay? And the same Shyamasundar is Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam may not have gopi dots. Bhagavatam may not have a turban or a flower around. You can put flowers around Bhagavatam. But Bhagavatam is as beautiful or more beautiful than Krishna. The reason is, Bhagavatam tells about Krishna and all the loving exchanges Krishna, Shyamasundar has had or having with his devotees. So it's much more beautiful, right? So that is Man Nishtaraka. Krishna is our only shelter, and Bhagavatam has come as our shelter. And Bhagya means fortune, good fortune, right? So we already saw that in the chest of Krishna is Lakshmi Devi. Fortune is all ours. So now, like a magnet attracts iron, and it attracts iron. Srimad Bhagavatam attracts all good fortune. How does it do it? That's a mystery, right? That's a mystery, and the mystery we can understand little bit, because why it attracts all the good fortune is Bhagavatam has all the personalities living in Bhagavatam. Okay, in first canto, who are some personalities who are in the first canto? Parikshit, Maharaj Parikshit, Shukadeva Goswami, all the different sages are there. Narada Muni is there. Wherever there is Krishna, Narada Muni is there. So we can take it for granted. Bhishma Dev, Kunti Devi, all these devotees, right? When a person dies in this mortal world, they are gone for good. They are only in our memory. They are not there in our present, right? But when these exalted personalities leave the planet to go back to Krishna, they are still living in their names and books. So they are living in those pastimes. This is happening somewhere else other than our universe. That Kunti Devi is still there. They are not some historical people who died. They are devotees who will live forever. So here, this Srimad Bhagavatam 8th canto says, any literature or narration in which the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Uttama Shloka means Tama means ignorance, Uttama means beyond ignorance, Shloka means the words which describe the personality who is beyond the modes of nature, that is Uttama Shloka. So whichever narration or literature has descriptions of Krishna, they are all good and they give us good fortune. So this is the magic wand, right? We all have heard about little fairies who help help us in our life, and we say that in the fairy tales and like magic wands, and you want something, there it is. Bhagavatam is like a desire tree. It's like a magic wand. So you just desire Krishna, you get it. And you desire good fortune, we get it. We desire, pardon? Instantaneously. That's the point. That was instantaneous. Okay? That was the musical background for instant. Okay, so instantaneously we get it. Like this Mataji's opened the book, they instantaneously got their answer. This is not an understatement. The Bhagavatam has the most magical effect on all of us to uplift us. And Madananda, right? This is Madeka Bandho, Mat Sangin, Mat Guru, Man Mahadana, Man Nishtaraka, that is shelter, right? Man Nishtaraka, Mat Bhagya. Bhagya is good fortune. Madananda. If you have all these things, are you going to lack in Ananda? It's going to naturally come. You have a good friend, you have a good companion, you have a good teacher who cares for you, and you have a shelter where you can always go, you always have a person or a teaching available to you, you have refuge, and you have all good fortune. This is not going to lack. We are going to be really blissful, right? So here, a few glorifications that we want to share about Bhagavatam is having Srimad Bhagavatam in your house is like having all the, we just discussed that, having all the great personalities like Shukadev, Narada, Bhishma, Prahlad, Dhruva, Kunti Devi, Pandavas. Imagine all these people living with you. You don't even have to feed them breakfast, lunch, dinner. They are self-satisfied. They're not going to bother you at all. But they're going to be there for you, around you all the time. Imagine they're going to be around you, around your children who need the support. It takes a village to raise a child. Where are we going to find the village? Are we going to go find Naperville? Everybody come, I have to raise my child. They all have their own children. So it takes a village to raise that a good village to raise a good child, a spiritual village to raise a spiritual child. This is your village. This is your village. Bhagavatam has all these personalities live in action. We don't have to do anything. We provide it to children. They will pick it up like that. Because they are like sponges. Children are like sponges. You pour water on a sponge, it absorbs. It absorbs. It absorbs. It absorbs. It absorbs. So what kind of water you want to pour? What facility would you like to give to your children? Or what facility would you like other children to have? If you're really a genuinely nice-hearted person, we want everybody to have all good fortune, right? So we have so many people around us where we can illuminate their lives, where we can give this valuable spiritual grounding for them, right? So when children grow so nicely in front of us, we are all so busy. We are trying to take care of children, but how many percentage are we available for them? Truly, how much are we available for them? We are available for them maybe 20%. So we work, we have our own stuff going on, we try to be available, but we are not perfect beings. So you give this solid village for them. They grow so beautifully, grounded people in their life, and we have some examples sitting here in front of us. I'm pulling on Shanika and Yash. They know these things from, I don't know, maybe before they were born in the tummy. So they are so blessed. Many of you don't know Shanika and Yash. I'm sorry I'm picking on you, but these two devotees, I have moved in only 5 years before here, but I get so much inspiration from these young children who are growing up. They're not young children anymore, but then I'm just saying, So we can see inspired, get inspired, inspire others. Everything is possible with Srimad Bhagavatam village, right? And here, Bhagavatam is a village, I said, and which village is it? Vrindavan. So it's not different from Goloka. So Srimad Bhagavatam is present, the house becomes holy dham. All our houses become the village of Vrindavan. Wouldn't that be so beautiful, having village of Vrindavan inside our house, with all the beautiful Govardhan hill and all the effects of the peacefulness and serenity of Vrindavan, right? So that's the beauty of Srimad Bhagavatam. And like I said, children benefit enormously, and we can do so many creative things with them. we all tend to somehow or other label our Srimad Bhagavatam as philosophy, but it's the most practical book ever found on the planet Earth that can be digested, understood, realized by the youngest possible child in the world. Right? If I had time, I would have played an audio to you by one of our devotees in Scotland, I think, Brinda Kishori Mataji. And this Brinda Kishori Mataji started reading Bhagavatam with a child when the child was 3 months old. When the child was, because I observed when you keep talking to the child starts picking up the words faster and they start speaking earlier. You know, some of these children in Chicago, we have a little girl, Rajalila. She's only 2 years or 2.5. She finishes one whole sentence. She uses these hi-fi things like in spite of, beyond, because, all these things are not 2-year-old children's words. And she speaks like that. So the reason is, you keep talking to the child and child picks up. And same way, here, you know, like this Brinda Kishori Mataji started narrating all this first canto. Oh, the sages are living in the forest, we are entering the forest, and you have this bubble, and we are entering the bubble, this is the universe, and this is our planet. You know, she really started reading like this to the child. And in 1.5, 2-year-old, the child also started recording. So they both record. I mean, I really wish I had time I would play it, but these are the possibilities that we have when we have Bhagavatam. These children that are doing this, it's not something I did and posted it here. Okay? So these little cartoon pictures, you find something and then just post it and tell them the deepest possible only by Bhagavatam. Without having it, we will be telling them all our Chitra Katha and everything. I mean, I'm not undermining them, but that's not enough. We are running towards a world that is extremely busy, extremely distracting, and Amar Chitra Katha and everything is not possibly enough for our children to face that pace of the world that's going on. We need something internal that is holding us down on the ground when we are flying with the time. Right? So that is possible with Bhagavatam. So now is the punchline. If on the full moon day of the month of Bhadra, this is Bhadra, last month was Shravana, that is last Purnima was Balaram Jayanti. Balaram Jayanti is actually, Balaram is our Adi Guru, our teacher for everybody. And from last Purnima to this Purnima, this 13th is this Purnima, that is Bhadra Purnima. And this Bhadra Purnima, on the day of Bhadra, one places Srimad Bhagavatam on a golden throne. I meant to have it here, but I just, as you all noticed, I ran at the last minute, so my apologies. We will have everything set up, or we will show you everything downstairs. We have. If on the full moon day of month of Bhadra, one places Srimad Bhagavatam on a golden throne and gives it as a gift, he will attain the supreme transcendental destination. You give to yourself, you give to others, you give to your neighbors, anything is possible. And if we do that, they get benefited, we get benefited, everybody get benefited. So, this is some other people book reviews, if you want to just see a couple of them. This is a work, Dr. Gary Gelade, professor of psychology, Oxford University. He says, this is the work to be treasured. No one of whatever faith or philosophical persuasion who reads these books with an open mind can fail to be both moved and impressed. He is saying, no matter what your faith is, what your philosophical inclination is, just read these books, you will be inspired. And Alex Wayman, professor of Sanskrit, Columbia University, it has been my great pleasure recently to have read Srimad Bhagavatam in the superb edition authorized by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. I am sure this monumental work will go far to bring the sublime message of Bhagavatam to numerous Westerners who otherwise would miss this opportunity. And to add on to this, I want to share an experience. Just 2 years back, we got an order from Catholic Seminary in Illinois for a set of Bhagavatam to be delivered to their library. So they got a whole set of Bhagavatam. Catholic Seminary got a whole set of Bhagavatam. And they also got a Chaitanya Charitamrita and few other books that was written by Srila Prabhupada. And if they can value it so much, why not we? Why not we, right? So this is given, it's not like just randomly appear from the sky, even though it's possible. But our Srila Prabhupada, you see the personality in a Murti form sitting on the first step. Srila Prabhupada is the founder of International Society ISKCON, and he received an instruction from his spiritual master that go and print books and distribute them, because knowledge is power. Distribute spiritual knowledge and that will take care of everything, right? So he heard that and he's spent most of his life meditating on this. And he did all this in 11 years. Printed everything. The first ever book Prabhupada printed was Srimad Bhagavatam. When he came to this country in 1960s, he didn't have a sponsor. He didn't have anybody to go to. But he bought, what did he bring? 2 pairs of clothes to change, a few rice, puff rice for his meals, and then he brought flat rice, poha, right? And then he got a trunk full of Srimad Bhagavatam books. That shows his shelter in that, and he created a revolution. He made everything available. And this is printed in Chinese and Russian. And so many languages. People value it so much. Chinese government themselves gave the funds to print Srimad Bhagavatam into Chinese language. Right? So here Prabhupada's room where he wrote the books, and he translated, and so many people were involved in like putting into printing and typing and all that. And here is the Srimad Bhagavatam. Please give it on the day of Bhadra. When you give it, you'll start loving it because you see the effect of the gift that you gave on the other person and on yourself. And when we love something, we'll start living it and living with it, right? So 13th of this month, that is not this Friday, the following Friday, we are going to have a grand celebration of Bhadra Purnima. And today and yesterday, we knocked on the doors of Naperville suburbs and 8 sets were distributed. And all these people who receive Bhagavatam, they are going to come with their thrones and first canto. Last time, whoever was here, you might remember, it was like 70 thrones sitting here with all these Bhagavatam books, and we worshipped, did Pushpanjali and Aarti and like recited prayers to Bhagavatam. So this is the most sublime festival that you can ever imagine without an Abhishek. Usually there is Abhishekam, you get some, you get something back, you do Archana and all that, right? But this is a festival for knowledge, festival for honoring the Vedic knowledge, the literary incarnation of Krishna. So please come, and if you would like to gift a set, you can please give your names to Vamsidhari Prabhu, who is right there. If anyone is inspired, okay, I forgot to mention that this comes in 18 volumes, okay? The 18 volumes will fit in this table. Alright, so, there, this is, okay. This first shelf, and a little bit more, yeah. So this is the Bhagavatam set. It will fit in this space. I'm not exaggerating. And this space that you give in your home for Bhagavatam is going to take care of your home and you and your children and your descendants, and it's just one-time investment, and you can keep passing it on to generations. So please, it's a humble appeal. Take a gift, take a set of Bhagavatam for yourself, and if you already have it, most of us may have it, please find somebody who you can give to. We have so many people in this world, we can't say I don't have anybody. It's impossible to not have anybody. And we don't have to convince them. If you're giving a nice gift, who's going to say no? Right? You just take the gift and give it to them. Right? So, if you would like to give or get a set in front of Radha Shamsundar, you can raise your hands now, or you can contact Vamsidhari Prabhu. Both ways is fine. Oh, thank you so much. Your name, Mataji? Malati. We distributed one set of books, Tamil set, to yesterday. That person's name was also Malati. I think the Malati name is very pious. So thank you. And you can connect with Vamsidhari Prabhu, the Prabhu that is standing there. And Amritakeli Mataji wanted a gift. Anybody else? Bhakti Priya Mataji wants to gift. Govinda Mohini Mataji wants to gift. Somebody else? You can take it for you. Would you like to take? You want to get it? Sure. We will arrange. You come on the 13th. You will get the gift. Okay? Okay, you can meet them downstairs. Right? Yeah. Who else? Anybody else wants to get or give? Give. Stoka Krishna Prabhu is here. Okay, so please don't keep this information here. When you step out of this temple, right? You will see so many people around. And you will meet so many people. You will speak to so many people. You just tell them this is what is happening. Have you ever heard of the Festival of Knowledge? I've never heard of one. This is happening in a local temple, and I want you to come and participate. Whether you get one or give one or don't want anything, come and participate. Because it's auspicious to be in the sound vibration of Bhagavatam. Yesterday, Sunita Mataji, who is sitting here, she is our phone distributor. She keeps calling people, all her friends. You know what, this is what is happening. Can you get a set? She distributed one set yesterday just on the phone. So if anything is possible. And she has done many in the past. So thank you very much. Mark your calendars. September 13th is a must day that please don't miss, please don't let others miss. Spread the word, come, right? This is something very auspicious. And next week, no, there's nothing in it? I thought there was a slide. Yeah, there. Yeah, so next week, okay, is in preparation for the following Friday celebrations. Next Saturday and Sunday, we are going to go out to Naperville and do community service. Whoever wants to participate in the community service, please sign up with Vamsidhari Prabhu. This community service is something you would have never done, and you will experience something that is most sublime, I promise. So with that, I would like to end here, and I invite any comments for next 3 minutes. Panduranga Gopal Prabhu is monitoring time, so yes, Prabhu.
One quick, since you're Srimad Bhagavatam, Rashidi, fast forward, Srila Prabhupada, many senior devotees mentioned about Srila Prabhupada came with a few rupees.
Yeah.
But spending a lot of time in Vrindavan area, like senior disciples, and they say, no, Srila Prabhupada came here with lots. Because when I go back to the streets in Los Angeles, when I was there in 1981, as we know, through Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita distribution, that bills.
Yeah, Mahadana.
And India at the time when no rupees was coming
Yes.
to do anything. So the point is by chanting the holy name, the book we made is entertainment, transcendental entertainment.
Yeah. Transcendental entertainment.
Yes, there is nothing like that. Srimad Bhagavatam.
There is nothing like Srimad Bhagavatam. It's Mahadana.
Transcendental. And it's only through chanting. Because as you know, for people of Krishna engage us in the service.
Yes.
So Krishna, people talk that you don't talk to him, chant. The super soul will guide you in the individual soul.
Yeah.
In a lot of things. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. So it's cream on top. Is chanting also is important, and it is like the cherry on top of the cream, and the cream is here, the cream of our Vedic knowledge. Both are important to enhance the taste. And anything else? Any quick anything, Sanjay Prabhu?
So we recently started Bhagavatam reading over the phone with a group.
Okay.
And everybody is expressing that we have a hard time putting it down.
Oh, fantastic. Thanks for bringing that up. Whoever takes a set of Bhagavatam, if you would like to discuss, there are avenues where you can get on a phone call and then just read. Because some people feel that I don't have time, I don't have motivation to read, I'll just read the book and I will not pay attention, right? Take that hesitation out and crush it and throw it in the garbage. Because we have facility for that too, right? If there is a will, there is a way. Last comment, Sandhya Mataji.
Can we see that video?
I know. I think it's kind of late. It's not a video, it's an audio. Vrindakeshwari Mataji reading Bhagavatam with the 3-month-old child. I think it's late. Yeah? It's okay?
How many minutes?
Maybe
I mean, we can't hear the whole thing. We can just play, 1 or 2.
If I have it in my laptop, otherwise I have it in my house.
Use the microphone.
Few more minutes, you will hear Brinda and Lali. That's how they do it.
Why did you remove this? The audio comes here.
Yeah.
It doesn't come there.
Bhagavatam is not only on the phone. Every Saturday, Sunday, morning 7 a.m. you have Bhagavatam classes here. Every Saturday, Sunday. So please come. And a lot of people speak from their heart. It's very relevant. You can join every Saturday and Sunday. Morning 7 a.m. sharp. Please come. We're going to hear the song from that.
SoundCloud.
Vrindakeshwari Bhagavatam. Now I'm going to look in my. You found it? There. That's much faster. It's okay. We'll use it. Okay. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna, everyone. This is Brenda and Lali. Would you As we're about to go into the adventures of the Bhagavatam, let's start. Let's open the Bhagavatam. What do we see? Krishna is standing in front of me. We'll put our hands together and we're going to say the magic words. Are you ready? This will help us enter the Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sages, and he knows all the scriptures in all the world. And he always listened to his spiritual master, so his spiritual master blessed him. Oh, right, I see. Because he was very good and he listened to his spiritual master. His spiritual master was very pleased with him. His teacher was very pleased. And he lifted up his right hand and he blessed Suta Goswami. And you know what? Suta Goswami had loads of friends. And all his friends were learned sages as well. Did you know that? And you know, whoever your friends are, you become like that. And because all his other friends were learned sages, he was also a learned sage too. This is very interesting. Wow. Nice to meet you, Suta Goswami, and nice to meet you, lovely sages all gathered together. I think, should we see what they're about to do? I can see what they're doing. I think they're going to wake up soon.
Okay, so this is narrating Bhagavatam to 3-month or 6-month-old child. I mean, now Lalita is actually, I think, 3 or 4 years old, and she has a sibling. I think Vishaka is her name, if I'm not wrong. So they both are hearing Bhagavatam from this mom. She has strong British accent, so some of us might have not caught what she said. But the essence is that Bhagavatam is not for retired old people. It is for them and for the newborn babies and the whole range in between. So please take it. Thank you. Alright. So we have a Sunday feast announcement, anything? Okay. So no further announcements. So only announcement that you have to go with is September 13th is Bhadra Purnima. Next week Saturday is community service. Anything that you want, Vamsidhari Prabhu over there with the laptop bag, he's going to run down. Please go connect with him as early as possible. And before you leave, don't forget to take darshan of our Lordships and receive the Shatari, the lotus feet of Lord on your head. What time is the celebration? Oh.